What what has happened to Slingshot Audio Garage? Welcome to I would say another, well, yeah, I guess it would be another episode of In the Lab. This is the reboot with we got Ted Hernandez, the man behind the scenes. I am Johnathan Taylor. What is going on, Ted? How you been?
Not much at all, man. Couldn't get enough of it, so we've been gone for a year. So let's get the
Yeah,
band back together.
I know, right? It's like we just kind of, just took a little break and I know you called me that one time. You're like, man, we should do In the Lab again. I'm like, yeah, it's not a bad idea, but I don't want to do it like every week. Let's not do that. I think people get sick and tired of seeing us, which they say they don't. Like some people are like, no, it's okay. We like seeing you, but I don't know. I think they're lying, but yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, I think we'll do once a month and the second week or second Thursday of every month, and we'll just talk about different things and different topics, and just if the people out there have ideas or things they want to talk about, then let's do that. It doesn't have to be always about stereo competition, slingshot audio competition. It could be about slingshot paint or wheels, or it could be your audio installation, of course, because it is Audio Garage. But there's more that goes on in the garage than audio. So maybe it's your shocks or your bumper adjustment. I don't know. There's always some weird shit that people want to talk about in the slingshot community, and I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, we're going to start this off. Like Jonathan said, it's going to be once a month. It's going to be the second Thursday of every month. We're going to run this for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is that particular time. Obviously, today I think it's going to be a little shorter. It's the first one. Got a football game going on that I want to go back and see with Miami, and so Ole Miss, and I want to get out of here so I can go watch that.
Yep.
And today, so what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to have is it's going to be Lucas. We're going to bring him out. He's going to have the calendar for the upcoming month. After that, we're going to talk about judging, and we're going to have some special guests on today. So we're going to have Rickie at T Money Cycles. We're going to have Smitty with ConnecteD, and then we're going to have Elvin on with 3-Wheel Showdown, and we're just going to ask them some questions about judging from the actual platform point of view, and also the judges. So with those three, they should be able to give us some information. If you have any questions you want us to ask them, then put them down, and we'll ask questions. So we'll have them on here in a little bit. First, we're going to bring up Lucas, and we're going to have him on, and so we can go through the calendar. Anything else, JT? Yep.
Cool.
So what's going on, Lucas? Can you hear me, Lucas? JT,
What's
see if you
going
can
on,
hear you.
Lucas? I don't know.
Hey, what's
Are we
going on,
frozen?
man? No.
Can't hear
I
him.
kind of had a lapse there for a second. I couldn't hear you at all, Ted.
No, I don't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
You hear me?
Oh, he's freezing. He's freezing. Everybody's internet's tripping.
JT, tell him to get out and come back in.
You might have to go out and come back in. There you go. Or you might have to kick him out.
Yeah. He came out and got back in. So we'll wait for him to pop back on. I'll pop him back on as soon as he gets right back in.
Perfect.
So Lucas is going to go through the calendar for February. He's going to tell you about everything to come up, and we'll see how that goes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Bet. I've been doing good, bro.
So Lucas, you got a little bit of it's breaking up a little bit. Can you hear that, JT?
No, I can't hear him at all still.
No.
We're having our first technical difficulties. It's our first day back.
Is it me or is it Ted?
I mean,
I can hear you.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear him now.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, go ahead and go through. Let's go ahead and go through it. And
Okay. All right. So don't call it a comeback. We back. All right. So February 6th through the 7th, Dallas, Texas. Listen and learn. It's going to be a class that's being put on help people understand judging a little bit better. Put on by Team Money Cycle. Rickie will be hosting it, and that's going to be February 6th through the 7th. Then we roll right back into March. It's Who Wants Smoke, March 6th, 2025. Daytona, Florida, at the Polaris dealership. It's a show that's basically a one-day deal with grudge matches, and they got money on the line for this one. This is also hosted by DJ D Nice and Rickie Will.
Outstanding.
Nice.
We got a lot on that time period. Three Wheel Mania, March 5th through March 7th, Tampa, Florida. We got Bikes and Bass, also on March 5th through March 7th, Daytona International, Daytona, Florida. Three Wheel Showdown, March 5th through March 7th at the Hard Rock Cafe at Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I think they're going to have a phone party or something. Then we go to the next week is Gator Express Unity Slingshot Show, March 12th through March 14th, Tampa, Florida. Y'all might as well just leave your bikes down there.
Oh, shit.
March 19th through March 22nd, Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana.
That's gonna be a fun one.
March 26th through March 30th, Houston WAP. It's going to be in Houston, Texas.
That's a big show.
And Armor Custom Works, Duval 3, Three-Wheel Classic, March 27th through March 28th. And Mark Mallet is actually just got confirmation that they're going to put on another Listen and Learn if you missed the one in February, March 27th through the 28th. It's actually going to be at Audio Hogs, Houston, Texas. The class is going to be on that Saturday, and that Friday is going to be a meet and greet. If there's anybody's show that I forget, it is not done deliberately. There's a lot of shows. I make a lot of mistakes. Please just inbox me, and I'll take care of it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what disagreements you got. If you have a show, your show is going to be on that calendar. We got to keep the integrity for the community. It's not about individuals. This is about the community. So I want to make sure everybody gets the information and people make choices to go to the shows they want to go to.
Nice. That's right, man.
And
That's
Lucas,
right. That's,
where are you going to be posting
okay.
these
I
calendars?
can't hear you at all, Ted.
What about me? Can you hear me?
Is it me again?
I don't know. I can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, let me get back out again. I'll try to one more time.
I think it's Ted's Wi-Fi.
No,
Can
it's
you
not
hear
right.
me, Ted?
Yeah, I can hear you.
See, now I can't hear you.
Jeez.
That's great. Hey,
Is it me now?
see you come back.
Okay.
Maybe
get
it's
back.
me. I don't know. It's not you. It's me. Let me jump off and I'll jump back on.
Y'all are good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. Just tell us, where are you going to put all the where are you going to put everything in the calendar?
I'm going to put it on Slingshot Audio Garage, Slingshot Famous, Slingshot Sound Spot, and Slingshot Addicts. If you look at the top corner, you'll see a date and a time when I update it. And again, if I forget, please just inbox me and let me know. One of the problems I'm kind of having is people are telling me they're having shows, and when I ask them, is it a national show? They don't know what I'm talking about. So those are some things you need to really have a conscious decision on if you're going to do it, because if it's local, there's no need for me to put it on the calendar. It's no disrespect, but it's a national calendar.
All right. Well,
Nice.
appreciate you for having the calendar up, and we'll look forward to next month, and thank you for coming on, man.
Man, no problem. I'll see y'all next month, bro.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Can you hear
All
me
right.
now, Ted?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
See, now I can't hear you, man. Every time when he left, I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna kick
Is it
you
me?
out anyway. I'm gonna bring up.
I'm gonna
everybody,
jump
so-
off and come back. Damn
All
it. Let me try that.
All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna be talking about judges. I'm gonna bring everybody on. So we're gonna have Rickie Will. We're gonna have Elvin, and we're gonna have Smitty. So can everybody hear me? All right. Let me bring Jonathan back on. Jonathan, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Good.
Can you hear me?
So we're
All right,
talking about judges here, and we wanted to have some of the platforms that are out there. Rickie Will with T Money Cycles, Elvin with Diamond Design and Three Wheel Showdown, and then Smitty, connected by Audio Design. Obviously, he's been a judge, and he's been in the slingshot game and the bag world for forever. So,
Mhm.
you there, Elvin?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Oh
you.
yeah, there he is. He's back.
Yeah, every time that somebody came in or came out, it muted everybody.
See?
Yeah, I think
And
that's
then
what.
whenever Elvin jumped on, now I can't hear. I think it's my phone. My shit's raggedy. Hold on, I'll come back. Damn.
All right. First, let's start off. Let's do some introductions real quick. Hey, Rickie, can you let everybody know yourself and your company?
Hey everyone, what time is it? 8:12. Good evening. Rickie Will, Team Money Cycle Sound Off Series.
It was
Smith?
going on from ConnecteD by Audio Design, South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina.
And Elvin.
I can't hear nobody now.
Damn it. I can hear Elvin.
All right, maybe it is me then. Let me pull up.
It's got to be you, Ted. It's not us. It's Ted.
It's not me because it's the one that's connected with me. So can everybody hear me?
I can hear you
Yeah.
fine.
Hear
Okay.
you.
See,
All right,
I can hear everybody else, but I can't hear Ted.
I think it's just you, Jonathan. So Rickie, well,
This is wild. Looks like it's gonna be Ted's show.
Lucas was telling us about a show that you're going to have here in the Metroplex. A show that you're going to have here in the Metroplex. Listen and what do you call it? Listen and learn. Is that what he said?
Yeah, we're actually, he was a little premature with
Y'all
that.
talking? Because I can't hear nothing.
Go ahead, Rickie.
Yeah, he Lucas, I appreciate it, but he was a little premature with that. As of now, we're our focus is on the Dallas Learn to Listen course. And if we get Houston and other locations dialed in, with the necessary amount of people locked in and confirmed, then we'll launch those other stops. So for right now, I want everyone to concentrate on the learn to listen Dallas. Once you guys see a flyer go up for Houston, then you know Houston or Florida, Miami, Tampa, you'll know those other stops for the Learn to Listen Sound University class. You know they'll be launched. But until you see those flyers, everyone get your tickets, get your seats for the Dallas event. Okay. I just want to make
Tell us
that.
a little bit about tell us a bit what you're going through here with those classes, what they're learning.
So, if you guys, you may not be familiar, another part of Team Money Cycles is our educational branch. What's up, Smitty?
What up, bro?
Sorry about that. Is our educational branch, which is Sound University. We've been doing Sound University since 2018, Ted. And what we basically try to do is find some part within the motorcycle audio community that we can add some focus on to educate the consumer, educate the enthusiast, and also educate the manufacturer on various topics. Uh, since the beginning of this Sound University, something that always comes up, of course, is judging. And the stance that we took in the past was trying to just focus on teaching people how to judge. And what I've found is, in order to know how to judge, it really comes down to, do you know how to listen? So I had to really step back and look at the original curriculum and say, okay, we're teaching people how to judge. How do you raise your paddle? How do you score? But really, it's not. In fact, it's not if you know how to judge. It's, do you know how to listen? And are you listening as a competitor? Is there a difference from listening as a competitor as opposed to listening as a judge or listening as a competitor? So this course is not just for someone who may strive to be a sound competition judge. Um, it's also for the competitor. It's also for the enthusiast. I think that we all can listen together, learn to listen together. And it basically comes down to one thing. Well, not one thing, but one of the main ingredients is articulation. Are we able to learn to listen? Are we listening the same? And then are we able to articulate and communicate what it is that we heard. A big breakdown, and I think Smitty may be able to attest to it. He's one of the SOS judges. Is that a competitor may play, and the judge may give them back the feedback. Well, if you don't understand certain terms, or if a judge may be just talking over your head because you may not know the textbook terminologies and whatnot, it's like one person speaking English and the other person speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
If you have two frustrated people, the competitor who may be frustrated with the results of their minute and 30 seconds, and the judge who may get slammed later on Facebook because competitors or the community feels as though that they're incompetent or didn't do a great job because um, their feedback may have got lost in translation. So I think that we all need to just maybe take a step back and go back to the fundamentals and say, hey, listen, this is what we found. These are terminologies that may have just been cultivated within our this subculture that we all have that everyone may not be familiar with. So that was our stance with the learn and listen, by taking some textbook fundamentals, some attributes just within sound and as an overall, and then trying to implement it into this world that we're all competing or spectating in, far as motorcycle audio and slingshot audio. I know I might have said a mouthful there, but I hope I kind of broke it down for you guys in the sense that everyone understood what I was saying.
Yeah, we'll have some additional questions on that. So Smitty, as a judge, and you've been on with Elvin in Three Wheel Showdown as a judge, and also with Rickie. What specifically are you listening for? What are you looking for? What? Just tell me how you process when someone's playing.
Considering you really have a minute 30 seconds, you know what I mean, to listen, and in most cases, 60 seconds to listen and hear exactly what the player, the guy or girl with the phone in their hand, what they're trying to convey. You know what I mean? They're trying to show you as a judge that my bike can do certain things, that my bike is balanced, that the vocals, the mids, the highs, the instruments, the bass, are all working together in sync to give you, the output that you're trying to convey. I guess that's really the easiest way to explain it, right? So we're looking for, are your vocals strong, clean, distortion free? We're listening to the music that we hear, are the bells and whistles and cymbals and snares and sax and piano, are all those things there? You're trying to get away from distractions, you know what I mean? The rattles, the crowd response, and so on. So we're just trying to listen for, you're trying to get a complete picture in a minute and a half or 60 seconds, anywhere from 60 to 90 seconds. We're trying to get a clear picture of what your machine is capable of. It makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot playing, like you said, around. There's even additional slingshots in the background that are playing their music. But
right.
And Elvin, when you're looking to recruit a judge, what are you specifically looking for in a judge when you're trying to get them to come out to one of the events and judge for you?
It's pretty simple right now. We've been keeping it low key. I know who got the good ears. It kind of goes back to what Rickie Will kind of said, was learn how to listen. In this kind of environment, we know the music, we know the songs, we know how the artist is supposed to sound like. We pretty much can break down a whole entire song when it comes to that. And when I'm picking out a judge, we got to go to the people that really do it. Somebody that can tell me the difference. So if they have a person, like, for example, and I said this on the Three Wheel Showdown live as well too, is it gets to the point that when I'm picking out a judge, what that person, if he gives me an opinion can it make it sound better? You see what I'm saying? If you're judging my bike, would I let you tune it? That's pretty much how I've been picking out judges, and so far it's only be me, Tony, and Jason German that we pretty much been judging all year long. And I call if Smitty has a chance, or if Rickie Will's around, we'll call on anybody that I know that has that kind of background in music.
So
We're just
in
not
that
gonna.
background of music, though, what are you looking for? Are you looking for someone that's an actual tuner, or is it an actual
Me,
shop, or you guys been in the music
I'm
business?
actually looking for tuners.
Mm-hmm.
Tuners. If somebody, for example, if somebody's telling me, your bike sounded bad and can't explain it to me, that's kind of hard to tell somebody that just paid $50 to come in and they can't tell you exactly what went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What about you, Rick? What are you looking for when you're recruiting someone to judge for you?
What's up, Elvin?
what's up, big dog?
I'm squinting, trying to see everybody. So I don't want Elvin to be upset with me, because I agree to disagree with. I don't kind of what he said. I'm the opposite. I'm not just because you have the ability to take a DSP and tune a bike, or allegedly be able to tune. That is just not an attribute for me to pick you as a tuner, and I mean as a judge, and I'll tell you why. Um, Elvin made the great point. He said if you pick somebody out to judge and they can't explain what was wrong, that's a problem. Can they not explain because they just don't know the proper terminologies and they're trying to articulate it and just don't have the words? Or are they not using terminologies that we're familiar with? This is what I tell people. And don't try to sound super smart because you got placed in the judging position. Don't try to sound like you have a master's degree as a sound engineer. Use words like it sound harsh. It didn't sound good. Your highs hurt my ears. Well, why? When you say they hurt your ears, why? It was piercing. It was discomfort. Oh, you know what? You know what you'll hear people say? Oh, you know what? I did notice that when I played the volume a little high, it was a little screechy, wasn't it? But if you go in there and you get people say, "Oh man, you're 20 at 20 kilohertz, it was so high in your frequency, and it was 50 dBs too low." Now they go back and they look at an RTA or something, and you'll see a screenshot where they just debunked what you said because you were off. It wasn't in fact 20K. It was 3100 that was actually harsh, or 1K. Just the kiss. What do they call it? Keep it simple. I won't say
Mm-hmm.
speak. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you take that same person and just explain to them, hey man, use some basic words. That's where we're going with the learn and listen. You can almost see. You guys want me to get into the curriculum on this podcast, and I'm just going to give you this, and then you got to go buy your ticket to come to Dallas. Prime example, right? How many of us have been to a concert before, or been to somewhere where they have live music playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We all can agree? All right, cool.
Yep.
Who's your favorite band, John?
I don't know. It depends on the day, I guess.
Just pick one. Give me somebody.
Shit, I don't even know.
All right, Ted, who's your favorite band? Who's your favorite
I'm not-
singer? Who do you like?
Dude, I'm old school, man. I like all the classic rock. So
Okay. So just say, I don't know, Elton John. Just say you like Elton John, right? Because you ain't giving nobody, or you like Earth, Wind, and Fire, whatever the case may be.
I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. All right, you got me there. Go ahead with that
All
one.
right, so you go to the concert, right? And you've listened to this in the house, you've cleaned the house, you've drove in your car to it. When you get to the venue, if the sound engineer is screwing up Philip Bailey's vocals, right? And you can't hear it because the bass player is over him, or the drummer is over him, or it's just not there. how are you going to explain that to John sitting next to you? You're going to say, hey, John, did you notice what?
Mm-hmm.
That the vocal was like, hey, this, you might say, hey, Philip didn't sound that loud. I couldn't understand what he was saying. It sounded muffled. Like it sounded like he was underwater. Well, you take those same ears that you just had at the concert and you take them to the sound show and you're in the audience now as a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
You get people in the crowd that they're not tuners, they're not fiberglassers, they're not slingshot builders. You know, they're not in the industry, so to speak, as a professional, but they have a set of ears that they've been listening to music over the years. They may not be able to articulate in frequencies and different terminologies, but they can give it to you in layman's terms. Is
Mm-hmm.
that person qualified to do it? If we gave that lady that's sitting in the audience a paddle and said, "Come out here, and this is what we're listening for. We're listening for A, B, C, and D," and you let her listen to 10 slingshots, and I would love to see what the probability is if she's going to turn her paddle the same as the professional.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
how hard
Absolutely.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think we have been overthinking what qualifies a judge.
Mm-hmm.
And myself, I had to go back and look at the old way of approaching this thing to say, hey man, this is a fundamental thing. So why don't we all take a step back and learn to listen together and have conversations while we're listening and get on the same page? No matter if you're a competitor, you need to listen to how the judges are listening. If you're a
Yeah.
judge, let's see how the competitors are listening. Let's come up with a universal type of guide to at least
Mm-hmm.
get us on the right track. I'm not saying that hey, it's going to work. I believe it is. But because I think that we just lost a fundamental approach. We're thinking just because people have certain titles in the industry as builders, as tuners, um, as because you sell, you may be a retailer, you work for a company, that just automatically makes you a guru. And I think we all can agree, just because you hold a title and you're in the industry as a professional does not make you good. Just because you're
Yeah.
a spectator does not mean that you're bad and you're not capable of being a judge.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, let me let me expand on, well, not necessarily expand. It's my second question, but is it kind of pertains to when you're saying too harsh, too loud, and then you said step back. So this is really opens up this other question that I have, which when we talk about like, so typically when you're judging, let's say a slingshot, or I'm sure a bagger also, if you're, standing a foot away, 2 feet away, let's start in featherweight, and then you work your way up. What should there be a limit on, like, because, well, I'll tell you the issues that I hear, and then let's get some opinions of what do y'all think about my ideas or what I'm talking about. So when people say, well, my bike is built so big and so badass, you got to stand away from it. It can't be under a tent. You got all these excuses or things that they relate to. And some of it, I guess, makes sense because it does sound amazing across the parking lot. Well, if that's the case, then why do we turn it up so loud when you're judging at 3 feet away? Should there be a volume limit if you're 3 feet away from a heavyweight, or so that they can tune it to where the vocal isn't crashing my skull? It's more, you know what I mean? Or does that
Let me
complicate the shit out of it?
That that
I know
that
it
that, that
does.
that's a competitor default though.
let me ask you.
Like you
Oh,
definitely have to. That's a competitor default. That's not even on the same category as judging and stuff like that. If you're a competitor and you're having those conversations, you got a heavyweight bike. Like if you're gonna play outside, you know your tone. If you're gonna play
Mhm,
underneath that tent, you know that tent will suck the hell out of that sound up in there. So that
mhm.
that's a competitor problem right there.
Yeah, yeah,
so
and that's good insight, because I mean a lot of people. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that scenario where they say, well, it's not built to be played this close. I'm like, well, then why are you playing it so loud? Or, what's the solution? So the solution is the competitor overplaying it or playing it too loud, or it's tuned too hot, or, is that
No,
what
that
you're,
like go ahead, Smitty. I know you got something
or
to say,
what
big
were you
dog.
thinking, Smitty?
so me and Rick talk a lot when it comes to, like, we go to a show, we're talking about, we do, you do after action review, you talk about some of the bikes, and it always comes back. You have to be able to get your race car down the track, right? So if you go to a track and you put too much in it, you're not getting down the track. Spinning ain't winning. It's no different in this sport. If you have to play a heavyweight under a tent, volume control is a part of that judging process. You know what I mean? So if you don't have volume control, or if you don't have the ability to, so everybody says you can't tune in the ring, right? You can't have your DSP out, but you can only adjust your volume. And I'm capable and have had Rick come to me and say, like, bro, your coax might be a little bright for this tent. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say that nowhere says you can't have a volume knob or a bass knob on your, say, horns, or say your mids on the side or the mids in the rear. I don't want to get into a tuning, you know what I mean? Because what happens is we talk about judging, and it turns into, it's easy to spot tuning flaw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for the ones listening to this, are gonna know what I'm saying. Time alignment is key in some of these situations, right? But volume control is what you're talking about. If you play your bike at 40 full tilt in a parking lot BSing, but you're under a tent, you've got to know that 28, 30 might be where your sweet spot is. You know what I mean? You have to know your bike inside and out. Again, it comes down to you start having separate conversations to get to the point so that people understand what it is you're saying. So if you have no volume control, you don't have any control over the bike.
Yeah.
Just because your tuner or your builder told you turn his bike up to 40, that's your sweet spot. Well, hey, Mr. Tuner, what happens if I play it under a 10?
Yeah.
What happens if my ass end is hanging out from under the tent, or my ass end is firing into the tent? Or, every situation isn't the same. No track is going to be the same. No show is going to be the same. You got background noise, you got ambient noise that you have to contend with, that you also have to. And if you see that your judges are not giving you 10, 15 feet, well, maybe that might be excessive, 3-5 feet, then you might not be able to gun it. You know what I mean? But you can also watch. As a judge, I expected it, if all the judges in a ring with 2 bikes, you got 3 judges, and all the judges are standing on top of the bike, I would expect the volume, you would be cautious of blowing the judge away, right?
Yeah.
I said before that I don't want to listen to a bike that you're trying to blow me away from it. I would rather have a bike that sounds good enough to be drawn into. Does that make sense? So I want to come close. I want to hear it. I want to feel it up close. So, but what happens when all of your judges walk away to give you a chance to, hit the gas a little bit? Are you paying attention as a competitor enough to know that, all right, I got a couple more clicks now because these guys aren't standing on top of the bike?
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good answer. That's a perfect answer, because
when you get
that
away
is education, big time. Go ahead.
When you get away from paying attention, you know what I mean? I've said to a lot of people, like, winning sometimes doesn't come down to the best slingshot, best bike, best, the best machine. Sometimes it comes down to the guy that really knows how to play his bike, the guy that really knows what this bike is capable of and how to use, the killer that your builder put in your hands.
Absolutely.
But
it goes right back to what Rickie said. It's all about, if you learn to know the song, it's all about listening, and that's all about Smitty hit everything on the bell as a competitor. But as far as judging, I keep going back to that. It's just like you got to know your judges on top of that.
Yeah.
But if you're going again, and it's what I do. You know what I mean? Compression drivers is my thing. I can't my personal volume underneath the tent. And this is what I do, right? I have 2 settings. I'll tune underneath the tent, but once I pull the sling out of the tent, it's not going to sound the same because the volume control, might be too bright underneath the tent, and then when I take it outside, it's a whole different ball game. So,
Mm-hmm.
but as a competitor and as a judge, that's something that the competitor needs to talk to his tuner. Hey, let's talk about. Look, I'm going to Rickie's show. They always got big old tents up there. Like, get me ready for that. That's
Yeah.
a good advice. Give me 2 different tunes. If they're gonna play outside, hey, what kind of tune can I have? Is there a file saved? X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we're
That's a super smart answer too, because like you said, a lot of people don't understand where they're about to play at. If you're playing at a 3-wheel showdown and you're judging, that's a different sound and probably a different playlist I'm going to try to hit you with. And then Smitty, what he's listening for. Rickie Will shows, they're looking for a different sound. It is a different sound, and as much as we all aim to look at the same sound and the same ideas of the way it should sound and to judge, it's a different judging at different shows, and you got to hopefully you kind of understand where you're at and what they like to listen to and how they like to listen to it, because everybody's ear is different. So,
But if I can add something real quick,
sure.
I'm going to beat up on the judges on this one, right? Ted, you said something not Ted, John, you said something when we started, like you got a guy, I think he used a distance 3 to 4 feet away
Yeah.
from the bike, and he's saying it's too loud. And then you actually said like you got a featherweight, then you go all the way up to like a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
As a judge, and we can't say you should use common sense, because if you don't know, you don't know. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen judges stand on top of slingshots. I've seen judges stand on top of motorcycles, and then they say they're too loud. I've seen judges pit their
Yeah.
ear literally to a speaker.
Yeah.
If you go to a concert, let's go back to this same concert. If you
Yeah.
go to a party, do you walk up to the DJ speaker and stand in front of it while he's playing? No.
Yeah.
You step off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can hear it. It'll be too much output at close proximity. A lot of these competition slings and motorcycles or what have you are so loud. We are in an overachiever sport, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it evolves so fast, faster than our playing environment really can keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes where we're tasked to go play at. The tents can't get any bigger at the moment. You know what I mean? It's only but so much parking lot room that you have at a lot of these events, right? So you kind of have, as a competitor, you got to look at, okay, 90% of our playing environments are like this. So like Smitty said, it doesn't make sense to have 5,000 horsepower if majority of the tracks that you're running at only can support 2,000 horsepower. But also, if you're pitting 2,000 horsepower down to the ground, or you got that much volume, a judge needs to be able to pivot between different weight classes to say, as you go up in weight, we may potentially need more space. Hey, the heavyweights may have to pull, and you see promoters doing it. They're pulling heavyweights from under the tent out into the open air, and that gives the judges a better the judges and the competitor a better playing area. Where they don't have to put the restrictions, as many restrictions on their volume or their tune.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just a competitor. Hey man, you just got to turn it down. No, we got to create environments that will allow them to open it up within reason, and 2, judges get off of it.
Yeah.
If you got to tell the promoter, Smitty will tell you, hey, we need to back these people up another 10 feet.
Yeah.
Back them up. Hey, we need another. Hey, we got the heavyweights coming in underneath the tent. Everybody go out the tent. We need the whole space. Push the barricades back.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to pivot to make sure you're giving the competitor, his just due or her just due in that ring. And also, judges got to be able to back up off of them. Mm-hmm. You see people so close to these machines when they're playing, and you like, he can't really understand the quality of the you got pro audio. All these are is big concert setups and smaller footprints.
Mm-hmm.
So as we with double the power.
Yeah.
And they sound, and I'm gonna be honest, they start to sound more phenomenal as you back. The further you go back on a lot of these machines, the better they sound. You know, the clarity really comes in. You can really get in on the balance of them. When you're right on top of them, you just got frequencies
Yeah.
hitting you. So you know, you just got to find a balance when you're judging on distance, as well as the competitor has to find his balance with the volume.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's a lot of good information. And hopefully, people can watch this and get a better understanding of, just, I don't know, the questions and the answers, that, what they're looking for, what they're listening for. Because, yeah, volume control is huge, and it is such a underrated thing that people just don't, or especially competitors. I mean, maybe their tuners or their builders don't educate them enough when it comes to, if the judge is up on the bike, maybe you don't blast him out of the water, or if you do, it's amazing quality and strong, or the compression driver isn't destroying your face, like stuff like that. If you're not in, at an Elvis show, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you're gonna win. If you got compression drivers at Elvin show, because yeah, I've heard some
Yeah, man, I heard people with compression
terrible.
drivers. It's not that. I just got I know how to I can make a compression driver give you sound that people has never done.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's just that's just my forte in compression
Yeah,
drivers. That's why I'm allowed to put whatever I want together and make it sound extremely good.
yeah.
Mhm.
No,
Um,
exactly.
and at
Yeah,
shows, if you look at all our shows and stuff like that, every time that we are in the ring or all my judges are in the ring, I make sure they get out of the chains. Hey,
yeah,
I back them out at least 3 to 4 feet and have them walk. And when I judge, I get out of the ring. I move
yeah,
some people around. Hey, let me listen to this. Let me listen to that. And I tell them it's not about who's going to be the loudest. I don't care who's the loudest. Like if
yeah.
you're gonna play something, make sure volume control you're under. Get with your builder before you push play. Get with your team. Know play with
Mhm.
confidence and know what you're doing.
Yeah, you can all,
But
because everybody can
yeah,
be loud
Hey,
for
anybody can
sure.
be fucking loud.
hey,
Like
Yeah,
hey,
Jesus Christ, we've heard motorcycles. We don't heard slingshots,
yeah,
and people you can stand right next to like, what is he playing? I don't know. It just
yeah,
sounds like hot garbage.
yeah,
Thinking that it sounds cool.
hey,
But
Ted, I got a
yeah,
question
man.
for you, right? I'm
What's
not
up?
Ted, John.
yeah.
John just said something. You said maybe their tuner or their builder is just not educating them enough to
Yep.
have them for it. Let me ask you a question. What
Hmm.
if their tuner never did it? What if their builder never did it?
Hmm.
What if the promoter never did it?
Yeah, yep,
If you never got in that ring, I'm going to tell you for 90 seconds and had the pressure of the clock, of the
hmm,
playlist, of the crowd, of the
yep,
judge on your back,
yeah,
there a person who never did it is
yeah.
very hard for them to prepare you for that pressure.
That's true.
Not saying they can't give you a capable machine to
Yeah,
get it done,
yeah.
but it's like it's. I mean, Smitty, do you agree?
100%, bro.
Hmm. Yep.
Like
No,
I think
I agree.
we task again other professionals that are associated with this with what the competitor ought to do in that ring. Same
Yeah,
with judging. If you ain't never been in there,
yeah.
it's very easy to scrutinize a judge. But
Hmm.
let me let you listen to something blasting music for 90 seconds. Then
Yep,
you listen to something else to blast music for 90 seconds.
yep,
But I'm only giving you 20 seconds to make a decision.
yep,
You can't make a decision of what you want at McDonald's, and you've been going there for the last 20
yep.
years.
Exactly. No, you're 100% right. Because yeah, unless you've stood in that ring and just spent your $50 to enter, and the nerves are shaking, and like, all right, you go. I'm like, shit, my phone just went off. Now I got to reopen it, and I hope my shit is still connected. And it's just like, you're shaking and you're hitting the wrong song, and yeah, people don't. It sounds cool until yeah, 500 people are watching you, and it's
People,
uh, it's different.
if we go back to what we're talking about, man, if you've been a competitor and you started doing these shows, I could talk from both sides because I've done both. I've
Mhm.
been in that ring. That ring ain't and that shit. Hell, you thought you had a game plan. I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it. Shit, I came in here. I'm gonna play these 4 songs, and guess what? I ain't played not one damn song I said I was gonna
yeah,
play.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's something real. That is definitely something real. But anybody can prep with this. We're in
Yep.
competition. You just don't build a car and without tuning in a dyno, figure out what kind of power you got.
Yep.
These are
That's
big
right.
ass machines. These are, let's call it what it is. It's $30,000-$40,000 machines. You're telling me you're going unprepared?
Yep.
Come on,
Exactly.
man.
Yep. And they do. Well, let me move to another question. And this is always pops up every year, and I just want to address it and throw it out there. And I don't know how true it is, or if it's just, is it people that just are sore losers, which that happens a lot. I mean, like people are people. Have you? Has anybody really caught anybody cheating with speakers, like extra speakers, hidden speakers? Is that really a thing, or is it just like when somebody just gets destroyed by, let's throw Rob out there. Rob Leffler's, 6 8s or 8 8s, and it's like there's no fucking way. No, that's what he has. So I mean, is it just you got destroyed by this guy that you had no idea was coming, or have y'all really caught people with speakers? Let's start with Elvin. Elvin, you ever caught anybody like with extra speakers hidden, or you
Oh, of
don't have to
course.
expose names. I'm
Of
just
course. Of
throwing
course.
it out
Of
there.
course. Of course. That's just happens.
Yeah.
You know what you're looking for, where to look at. You don't catch it so many times. That's the first place you go look at.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And I don't be like, hey, you're cheating or you're doing this. Hey, you just got to move up a category.
Yeah. 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 Gotcha. Yeah. So that's kind of, so hopefully you catch that like before, like during the inspections or whatever, like because you're.
Yeah. And that's why that's one of the main things that we started doing inspections, is because a lot of people, not because they were cheating, sometimes they just didn't fucking know. They
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention. They were so excited they got their slingshot or their vehicle, whatever you want to call, and they
Yep.
knew there's a show coming. It was super excited. They heard about all these amazing people going around. Sometimes, hey, I think I'm a featherweight. Like, bro, you got like 18 speakers. You sure? They're all six
Yeah.
and a halves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's not that catch them cheating. This, are, and that's another can of worms. Are
Yeah.
manufacturer mislabeling stuff?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We can't fight. We
That's a
can't
whole
fight the
nother.
manufacturer. If the manufacturer saying is a mid base, is a mid base. You know what I mean? Who am
Yeah.
I? I'm just a builder, tuner, whatever you want to call me. Shit, I'm just a person. The
Yeah. Yeah.
manufacturer that made it, call it a tweeter. Hey, it's a tweeter.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Smitty? You ever caught anybody like, not maybe not blatantly, but I guess, just, I don't know if that's a thing on motorcycles. Can you really hide a speaker on a bike?
I mean, you can hide anything you want, but realistically,
Yeah.
it's a gentleman's sport. I mean, no
Yeah.
matter how you look at it, right? You build with an expectation. You go to a show with an expectation. You play with an expectation, right?
Mhm.
If you wait until after it's all said and done, after we've already played our round, don't wait till you get home to say, "Hey, this guy had to have too much." You know what?
Yeah.
Don't discredit those three judges that were listening. Don't discredit that promoter. Don't waste your time waiting until Monday after you got home and realized you wasted all that money and didn't get the trophy you came to get.
Yeah.
I would like to see, if you're gonna say I'm cheating, tell me to my face, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And for a long time, I know when I first started with the slingshot in 2019,
Mhm.
when I first started competing, you know what I mean? It was,
Oh, you were cheating for sure. Because you destroyed me, everybody. I'm like, he's got to be cheating.
I,
But no.
I remember, getting told I was cheating and
Yeah.
all, but like, I told anybody, we could put up $1,000 a piece. If you want to go through it, by all means, you can go
Yeah.
through, you can look, and then when you don't have it, I'm not gonna let you go through my bike, and I know I'm not cheating. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For free, so you
Yep.
can see my speakers are, what they are. I'm not doing all of that. Like, it's a gentleman's
Mhm.
sport. And you kind of
Yeah.
have to hope that everybody comes with that same intent. Are there people that are gonna absolutely cheat? Yes. Are there a lot more people that find out after the fact, oh shit, they just changed the rules to add 2 speakers or take 2 speakers away, and you get, like Elvin said, you get to the show and don't realize, or maybe maybe this person just doesn't know. I like to hope that, when you get somebody in the ring that has too many speakers, that they just didn't know.
Yeah.
Now, when you get caught with the too many speakers and somebody offers you to go up around, and you wanna throw a fit. Now I'm questioning whether or not you did this on purpose. You know, you
Yeah.
thought you could sneak this in on me. I don't
Mhm.
know. I kind of try and stay away from that cheating conversation because, you know, like I said, I feel like it's a gentleman's sport. And I don't mean that in any way to the ladies, you know what I mean? But it's a sport that has a whole lot to do with integrity.
Mhm.
Considering this is a judging conversation, one of those things that are very important to not only the competitor but the judge is that word in itself, integrity. You know,
Mhm.
if you're
Yeah.
gonna with some integrity as both a competitor or a judge, then you know the chances are you might actually have a good show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice. What about you, Ricky? I mean, you know, you don't like, so you ain't got to call out nobody, but I'm sure it's the same thing, you know, like people that just didn't realize that, you know, the rules have changed or they can't have that many speakers because they're only certain size. I mean, is that something you've seen before or a lot of, or it's not even really a thing?
Um, I get the information a couple of different ways. I'll
Hmm.
get spy photos. I'll get somebody who went to somebody's shop and they took a picture and they'll message me. And I'll tell you straight up. Sometimes I'm going to reveal who gave me the information. Sometimes I won't. You know. I'll tell people if you think Smitty's cheating, call him out at the show.
Yeah.
At the SOS, your bike is getting teched. You can get teched at the beginning of the show. You can get teched during the show.
Hmm.
A judge can go in because if you're right, you're right. So if
Yeah.
you pull in the ring, John, and some guys will wait to embarrass you and tech you before you play.
Yeah.
And it don't take long for us to tech. Hey, Smitty, come on, I need a judge. Let's check this out. Let's do a count. Boom, 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 boom.
Uh-huh.
And most times, it's like, I don't know, I think these guys play games with each other. Something is not what, most times, is not what the other person thought it was.
Hmm.
And, there'll be some trash talk and we'll move on
Yeah.
from it. But, there was, I think that, and I don't know, you tell me, Smitty, in the SOS, you don't know if you're going to show up to a show and there's going to be 10 people walking around in tech uniforms. You don't know if I'm going to have my tape measure out, going measuring the back of your bags, and if you're half an inch over, you will not play.
Worst thing you
So
can, worst thing you can do, I think, in a sport where it comes down to your integrity is cheat. You know what I mean? Like you can absolutely ruin your name. You
yeah,
can
we don't. I can say that in the SOS, unless it's somebody cheating, they just doing a hell of a job of it. Most of these folks are coming that what I saw, and like Elvin said, some people just don't know. Like
Hmm.
you think that every reading is fundamental. Everybody read. You have to read for some people, not everyone. Or you just get the new guy and he just doesn't understand the speaker count. Why you don't know 10, 12, 14, 16, I don't know, but it happens.
Hmm.
But for the diehard individuals, nobody wants to get caught. I don't think nobody wants that stain on their name that they're a cheater. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, exactly.
it's we've
And
before. I've seen it in both slingshots and bikes where somebody legitimately. Let me tell you a word that's used interchangeably that shouldn't be horns, right? So, before I ever went to a bike show, a bike audio competition, before my first SOS, I realized that they called tweeters horns for a long time, and horns in for slingshots, early 2000, that era, the early 2020 era, horns were compression drivers for us, where the bikes called them horns tweeters. I think that gets misconstrued a lot, or at least it's used as the reason why I didn't know that compression driver and horn and tweeter all. I think I seen that go on for a while. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that could be. But again, like I say, it's it's one of those things that when you're caught, you can tell on a person's face if what their intent was. You can't hide your intent in your face. And most people can't hide their intent in their face. I'm not saying nobody, but
Yeah.
most people, when
Yeah.
they were trying to cheat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's people
Exactly.
that will apologize up and down. That doesn't mean they weren't, trying to cheat. But you know, you kind of again in a gentleman's sport, you kind of have to give a person that leeway to fix
Yeah.
that mistake.
Yeah.
If it's
The
something
benefit.
as you know,
Mhm.
I kind of
Well-
look at it as everybody is trying to get that advantage. So they're trying to every minutia or minute, they're just trying to change for their advantage. So Rick, y'all dealt with this a lot. What was considered a mid bass and what was a sub, right? Where didn't y'all just take the mid bass speaker away and just did a speaker count, right?
I got the worst rule to have is the one that you can't police. And
Mhm.
that's really what it got down to. Like, it's supposed to be mids, but then you put them together and then people trying to do tests on them and, well, it only played this frequency. I'm like, you know what? And here's another thing. We had to be careful with it because the manufacturers who support the industry, support what we do, had came out with these lines of speakers calling them mids. And you had manufacturers making them and you had consumers buying them. So by just making the rule change so fast, we would have killed the whole product line. Remember that, Smitty? So I think I'll let the mid thing go for like 2 years, Ted, before we actually just outlawed the terminology and went to just a speaker's a speaker. And guess what you saw a decline in immediately? The sale of mid those mid subs. We're gonna say the subs that identified as mid bass.
So you like KB speakers when they came out and how they were, getting reclassified or people were using those more than just the subs or adding additional sub, the bass part of it to it.
Well, if you use KB speaker, what he did was I'm gonna say a more like a mom and pop type of brand. He just jumped on a train that was moving that made sense because DC was doing it.
The MB10s.
With the MB10s. The big controversy was, are these mids the same as they were saying they were the same as subs? It's the same speaker, it's the same components. I don't think nobody was able to prove it. If they did, I didn't keep up with the history of it, but that was just one of many manufactured speakers. It's just that KB was a smaller guy. You're not talking like a big speaker company. What he did was smart. He saw something that was popping and was like, "Hey, let me get on this mid bass train," and that was the train to be on for 2 years.
right?
Yep.
I believe
You got a mid with big rubber surrounds that look just like a sub, but then you got Bama with the that just came up with that Power IX a year or two before that. That was a killer speaker, the Fatal Pro, killer speakers, but they didn't have the same. They didn't look. These were mids that didn't look like the MB10s. The MB10s look like a sub, and if you ask some people, they probably will tell you, "Oh, that's just a sub," depending on who you asked.
Yeah. Well, all right. So I have another question, and then we'll wrap it up. But this is it's the question that Ted said he's going to cut me off the feed immediately if I ask it. But
ask about them guys.
since we talk about
Smitty,
frequencies, we talk about audio, we talk about speakers that are mislabeled as this, that, and the other. So you got there's different versions of this thing that I'm going to say, and they all play a frequency, and we're listening for sound, we're listening for audio. Why don't we count all the speakers?
Get him off the line, Ted. Please.
Why don't we count tweeters? That was the question.
I thought this was a judging.
All right, so we're gonna let him go.
Yeah. This dude wants to
Rickie,
count.
Rickie, I do have a question for you though. It's coming from Jennifer Watson. She says, Rickie, do you think judges have to be paid to offer their services?
Do I think judges have to be paid? I
guess he's saying if we can get better judges, or do you think that the judges should be paid? That come into to y'all's ring. You and
so
Elvin.
that's a two-part question. She said, is the one question she asked, should judges be paid to get better judges?
Well, it says I'll read it exactly. Rickie Will, do you think judges have to be paid to offer their services?
Is Rickie talking? Because I can't hear him.
No, I'm trying to hear. So, hey,
Hello?
that's an agreement between promoters and judges.
Y'all
That's
can't hear me?
hello. Can you guys
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
can hear you. We can hear y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
her
can't hear
what
Rickie.
her question to me, her question is that's a business question. You don't. I'm assuming you don't know whether or not judges are getting paid or not getting paid, and how much they're getting paid. Um, just like I don't think you know if the DJ getting paid or the guy who helped put the lights up at the show are getting paid. So um, I don't know where that becomes a competitor's something a competitor should be worried about. And I'm not being smart, Jennifer, when I say that. And if you feel as though now that judges aren't getting paid, in order to get a better quality of judges, there should be just say an ad goes up. We want better judges, so we're offering $300 a judge. Well, where are you going to pull these $300 judges from? Where are the three? Where are the paid quality? Let's start here before we put a number on it. Compared to what we have now in the community, where are the quality judges hiding at right now? Where are they?
Yeah,
Ain't
that's a
nobody,
good question.
ain't nobody say
That's a
nothing.
good, no, that's a good question. I mean, where do you find them? That's why we're here, from y'all's point of perspective, and
Do
what are
they?
y'all looking for, and
Let's
where do
say
y'all
do
go?
they exist?
Hey, Ted, can you give me a breakdown what he said? Because like he just went completely mute. I didn't hear what he said.
So
Can you hear him now, though?
what I
I can't
said,
hear him at
Elvin,
all.
was, can you hear me now, Elvin?
At
You
all,
can
at
hear
all.
me?
Hey Rick, hold on before you go. Right, let me see if maybe we're missing something. I think she's saying if you have a show,
Yeah.
if you want better judges to show up, then maybe
Oh,
offer compensation, whether that be money, hotel, travel, uh, business advice, like whatever that compensation is. Do you think? I think her question is: do you think you would get better judges if they were fairly compensated? It
you
doesn't matter.
not going. Hey, let me tell y'all not gonna get y'all not going to get Smitty if he ain't. If you better, Smitty got a contract. He got a rider to get him. Smitty going to.
Nah.
Okay, Elvin, you on here, right?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Elvin, you come judge at SOS. The first question you get asked is, "What do you want?" Right?
Yep.
That's the first. As a promoter, that's the first question I'm going to ask you. What do you want, Smitty? What's the first question I ask you?
You know, first is can you make it?
Hey, what are you doing on this day? Yeah, that's first. That's that most accurate one.
Hey, bro, where you at? Cause I need you. And then it's of course is
And
what is
listen,
it?
but yeah, like Smitty said, it got to be some kind of value, and it's like anything else. Deals are made. Hey, I could do this, this, and this. What do you need to come, Elvin? Hey, do this, and I'm there. If Elvin called me, Rickie, what is it going to take for you to come down and judge this event? Hey, Elvin, just do this, that, and the third, and I'm there. To me, whatever this, that, and the third is, that's payment. Whether
Right.
you say get me there, whether you say, hey, this is my fee, it all depends on the relationship too, on who can get who to come to the event.
That is
Yes.
accurate
I
because
think
people don't want to travel. Like let's talk about flight, hotels for the weekend and stuff like that. You wasn't planning to go, and now you're looking at $700-800. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? We're talking about $700-800 easy plus food expenses and stuff like that. Is a quick nine let's put $1,000, especially if you're hanging out with Smitty. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
So
so put this in a perspective. Just say you had to pay travel
Strip club.
for each judge, and it was $800 in travel, hotel, plus their flight. Not even a salary, just transportation
hmm
on getting them there. And you got 5 judges. That's a $4,000 expense to the platform.
the promoter,
The
absolutely.
promoter. Yeah.
And that's what they don't under. Some of these people don't like. That's something that if you're playing the show, and let's say this, SOS, you guys super serious when it comes to the competition. If you have a platform and this is what you're planning to do, you got to be super serious. It's stuff that you have to think about. If you want Smitty, me, and my boy Rickie, you know what I'm saying, you got to think about those expenses. People are like, "Oh, you don't have good judges." You know what I'm saying? You got to fly people out, and that's what it takes.
And I'm going to tell you, we are blessed to be promoters, to get the guys that are in the industry, for me to be able to get the Smitties, the T-Funks, the Ed Rocks, Dion, Rick, the guys who judge with me, Mr. Soup, to get these guys to come be a part of the event. And some of it is favors. It all can't be favors, because you have to have some skin in the game as the promoter. But we have to do each other favors too. You know what I'm saying? Or else these shows won't happen. That's what the competitors sometimes, I don't think they realize, when people say, "Oh, you know how much money we're spending to get there?" Yeah, everybody's spending money to get there.
Yep.
You ain't going to be
Exactly.
rich being a promoter. I think every promoter that's in this game has some other business or something going on to carry their lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's
it goes to another thing. Look, I'm not talking about anybody's platform. I can only talk about Three Will Showdown, right? Because of course I'm I'm part of the board. I run the sound stuff and over there. But it's just a word of advice for anybody that's trying to do a platform, try to do an event. Listen to this podcast. We're giving you the bits and pieces where you guys can put on a successful show. If you guys don't, don't want to participate in none of the areas that we're at, but just listen to if the competitor is traveling and you're looking for the show, just know that looking for good judges, you're gonna have to fly them out. It's gonna have a cost to it. It might be a favor. Just ask. If you only have one event a year, you know what I'm saying? You got one event a year, dude. That's 365 days. You can make it takes 15 seconds to make a phone call. Hey, can you make it work? What I gotta get you here?
Yeah.
Don't listen to Elvin.
20 seconds.
The SOS judges have a union. They have become unionized. They are very spoiled, and they're not cheap. I hear people say, get the SOS judges. I want to let you know, Smitty is not cheap. If you're not pitting them in the Westin or somewhere very nice,
Nice.
I just want to warn.
I had to put him up at the Four Seasons today just to be on the podcast.
He does not stay. Smitty will not stay at the Motel 6. He don't care if they leave the light on for him.
Yeah.
Don't leave the hype, man. Listen, I have answered the phone for everybody that's ever called me, and I've always told them the same thing. You get me there, you find me somewhere to stay, I'm on the way, right? But realistically, and that's out of love. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't, you don't like. You don't go to the dealership and expect anything good for free. You don't go to the grocery store and expect anything good for free. Again, fair compensation isn't always about money. You know what I mean? Fair compensation is just that, fair compensation. How can you make it make sense for that judge? There is a lot of times where I've done judging for just because, you know what I mean? Or because on the back end, I know, or they'll tell me, "Oh yeah, well, I know you. I heard you say you needed this. I got you. I'll make sure that gets to you." You know what I'm saying? Or respect. And I think Rod might have said it. Relationships matter. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It depends on who. It depends on who picks up the phone. A lot of judges aren't going to put themselves in a situation where they think it might be a shit show. Because me showing up to a shit show is only gonna nobody loses here but me. You know what I mean? You're gonna be those competitors are gonna be talking shit about me because I didn't have room to step back and hear their bite, or so just a little stuff like that. You know what I mean? So in preparation, you just gotta consider, that if you want something good, you're gonna have to invest in it. And again,
Yeah.
fair compensation is not always a dollar bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Rick said, you just gotta have some skin in the game. You just gotta put some energy into how can I make this work? If I don't have a budget, but I've got a shop full of parts, or you might can't pay for it now, or you might have a spot in Daytona. Some of the guys that go to Daytona on a regular basis. Look, I don't got money, but I'll let you use my spot. My what's that? The townhomes.
Yeah.
I've had a
Maybe.
motherfucker offer to use that. Hey man, I can't pay you, but I got a spot in Daytona for you next year. Cool, let's go.
Yep. And and that's shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
No tweeters, bro. Not counting.
No. I wasn't gonna go back to that. I'm gonna leave it alone. But no, that's really, from a competitor standpoint of view, it's like you got to be having fun doing this. You guys, it'd be a different conversation if all y'all are up here, like if there was 3 millionaires we're talking to and y'all need to do better on judging, like that would be the attitude to be like, y'all need to do this because y'all are millionaires making all this money. I know better. And I think competitors forget that part that, you guys ain't getting paid, stacks on stacks to show up and use your finely tuned, 40 years worth of audio ear to listen to 35 rounds of, featherweights. Like, you're not getting paid for that. So I think as competitors, we got to realize that, have fun, man. Maybe you felt like you didn't get judged accurately or properly, or they picked somebody out the ring. Well, maybe you didn't, or out of the crowd. Well, maybe you didn't know that person, but they did, and they have experience doing audio. And I understand, the dilemma and the attitude people can have, but people as competitors, they just got to have fun with it, man. The best can lose at any day, and you guys are doing what you can do. And I like that, you guys came on and just being honest, with your opinions on what you're looking at and what you want to hear. And, I guess that's what we're all trying to do is, what can each of us do to make it better for everything? Like if it's, tweeter count, or if it's speaker count, or if it's distance, how can we make it better? And have a civilized conversation about that, because there's no right or wrong. This shit is like, I am not gonna say it's new, but we don't listen to the same song, so how can you judge it accurately anyway? So, and then you don't listen from the same audio platform because all of it's recorded differently. So do we go to CDs? Like there's so many questions that could be popped up and talked about that, who knows, so it is forever evolving and getting better and better. But so I don't know, like, I think that kind of leads me into our final question is like, what do y'all think that, what do you think that can make it better as a whole, as a sport, just to keep it fun, maintain the fun? I don't know. What's the best answer,
Can I go first and I'll let y'all
Yeah,
have it?
you do.
I got 3 things, right? The first question was asked was what as a judge, what am I looking for? I want to answer that question one more time definitively, just so people can, so if you're playing for a judge, especially a judge that likes music, right? Like I genuinely love music. There's nobody that can say, that they've never heard me play something way off the wall, and you wonder like, where the fuck did he even find that? You know what I mean? So I like music. So if you're playing for me as a judge, and I happen to be one of the judges, I look for balance. Again, that's just, does everything work and flow well together? I'm looking for clarity. You don't go to a concert. In most cases, you don't go to a concert and listen for the kick drums. You're not going to the concert to listen to the bass drop. You're going to the concert to listen to, the band or the vocalist do what they came to do. And that's like when you're picking music, you should be picking music that highlights something in that as a whole, right? I'm looking for volume control. I'm not looking to be blown away when you turn your bike on. I understand it's loud. All of them are loud. I want to hear that you have control over your machine. And music selection, a lot of people get mad. Well, the judge didn't like my music. No, your music didn't highlight shit on that bike. It played the same frequency and tones over and over for 60 seconds. You didn't think to change the song. You got a minute and a half. You have the potential to play 3 30-second, really strong 30-second songs, right?
Yeah.
You may have the potential to do more, but let's just keep it a buck. And if you're an amateur doing this, don't get in the ring and try and play 4 or 5 songs in a minute and a half. Try 2 strong 45-second songs. Start there.
Mm-hmm.
Learn your bike, learn what your bike can do, and make your marks that you have to hit easy to hit for yourself. If you make it easy for yourself, it's a whole lot easier for that judge to hear what it is that you're trying to convey. So music selection, volume control, clarity, and balance. Things that I think can make it better. I think as a judge, it's better for me if the promoter has control of the show. Right? And that is, I don't know how to put that in any more layman's terms. If you want me to come to a show, and again, it's a shit show, I know that Monday morning, my name is going to get dragged through the mud. I'm a whole lot more leery to show up. Right? That's what I think you could do to make it better. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need a ton of space, because right now on Fridays, we play in the SOS the most ridiculous music that you might not play on a Saturday, and we call them grudges, right? And you're only playing 60 seconds against against 10 other people, and you're trying to get the judge to remember your bike, right? So if you think about it like that, every time you get in the ring, you're trying to get the judge to remember your bike, and especially in a slingshot community, because you're only playing heads up, one person at a time. So if you go first, and then the person goes second, the easiest way to lose is not to play anything that a judge can even remember, right? If you don't let your bike shine where your bike shine, it's hard to remember that bike. And it's easy to pick the bike where you play something that I can actually remember. Your bike shined here doing this, right? You take a big vocal song. I'm gonna give one away that we done beat to absolute death. You take a big vocal song like On Sight by Coco Jones, right? I mean, the vocals are brilliant, but it's extremely bright. So can you tame that song and make those vocals shine? And you drop into something like Chuck Baby, where it's a nice, clean musical and it's got a strong bass line. If you take 2 strong songs like that and you deliver it to the judges, it's a whole lot easier on you. It's a whole lot easier on me to hear. And then things I think we should keep. I think you guys should keep doing what you're doing and just keep playing music and having fun. If you're not going to have fun, what is the point? This shit is a hobby. Do y'all know what's going on in the world right now? It's people. It's people hungry, but we've got 50, 60, 70, $100,000 machines. And instead of just coming home on Monday morning telling about and Rick will say he says it all the time, you don't see people on Friday and Saturday complaining. You don't see them with their lips poked out. You see them with a cup in their hand and they laughing and they joking, and you got that 10, 15 minutes of cool down time once you've lost. But then guess what? Everybody's back to smiling and kicking and having a good time. But on Monday, the shows aren't no fun anymore. And bitch, I'm sorry. Why wasn't it? It seemed fun when you were on Saturday when I was watching you laughing and BSing. Man, just keep having fun. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep innovating, trying new things. You cannot win every show. You know what I mean? You can't. You know what I mean? The slingshot community, it used to be a thing where we only have 10 shows a year. You had the opportunity to possibly win every one. I might know somebody that's done it. You might have every show, right? There's no way anymore, right? You've got 40, 50, 60, you got 10 shows a weekend. Lucas just said next week is 10, 15 shows. So get that out of your head that you can beat everybody every time, and having fun. And that's my if you're looking for what I think, I just gave you 2 songs that I would try, especially for the new guys. Coco Jones, On Sight, and Chuck Baby. Just listen to those 2 songs, try putting them together and see what that comes up with. And it might not work on your bike, but you'll understand what it is what a judge that likes music is looking for. Music, instruments, bass drops, big vocals. You know what I mean?
Cool, man. we appreciate you coming on, man. Smitty with ConnecteD Audio. Check him out. What's your .com, Smitty, so people can get a hold of you?
Listen, I'm the worst person in the world to try and call. Send me a text. I work in a steel building. If you call me, I'm probably not ever gonna answer. Even if you text me, I got people right now that's cussing me out because I didn't answer the phone. So listen, just you know how to reach me. If you got my info, you know how to reach me.
Yeah. Man, we good seeing you again, Smitty, man. We'll let you go. We'll finish up with the other guys, man. Thanks a lot.
Now I can't hear Jonathan.
Perfect.
All right, so Elvin, if you can't hear Jonathan, he was asking, what's is there something that platform can do to make it better in 2026? I think that's what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something y'all can implement, or hang on, I'll do that. What things, in your opinion, could be implemented to possibly improve the audio competition at events?
To prove it in 2026?
Yeah. What do you think y'all can improve? It might be judging. It might be just the way you put on a show, or is there anything that other events can do, or is there something that you guys can do to improve it?
We could always there's always room for improvement. Whoever says that there's no room for improvement is lying, you know. And
this thing's about judging, so
so
probably specifically with the judging aspect of it.
what I would recommend, I would recommend how, you know, we pretty much went over everything to put on a good show. If you did one last year and you know, it kind of fell through the cracks, or you know, it wasn't a good turnout, or just, you know, you always have room for improvement. Like we talked about, get better judges, call them. It might, you know, they might not even charge you, you know, it might be like, you know, favor for favor. Hell, you might know somebody that knows somebody that can get me into a concert, you know what I mean? Or, you know, I need to go there. Reach out to people first. Try to make the best experience. If you're putting on a contest, take your contest serious, because a lot of people are spending thousands of dollars going to your show, and they are spending $1,000 on their stuff to present it to your show. So if you have the show, definitely, that's what I would recommend. But besides that, Smitty knocked it on the head. If you come to a show and you already got your mindset that you're going to a show, if there's something wrong in the show, what did you do to make it better?
There you go. Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely.
You
The
see
show's
what
going
I'm
to give you
saying?
put into it.
This is what I'm saying. Like if I go to if I go to SOS, hey, if I had hey, Rick, like I didn't understand this, or hey, maybe I can give you a suggestion, maybe a little bit. You know, I know you got tons of times things. You can always talk to the owner. Just don't go behind and talk about, oh, it was a shit show because you overplayed your damn bike or you played the wrong song. That's kind of fucked up for the platform. Excuse my language. I don't know if I'm supposed to curse on here or not.
You're
But
good. Let's go.
you see what I'm saying? It's just, you know, if you have a problem, ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do to make it better? For I can enjoy my experience. Did you talk to somebody, or were you just like, oh, you know, as you know, this and this person just showed up, you know, my weekend is ruined. You know what I'm saying? Stay positive. It's 2026. Too much shit going on in the fucking world to really, you know, be going through everything that we're doing. You know, if you taking this, you know, we're like as platforms, as 3-Wheel Showdown, like don't nobody argue more with Vernon than me. And you know that, Ted.
I know that. I argue with them a lot too.
You see what I'm saying? We're never going to see eye to eye, but if you have a group of people that love each other, we're always going to push each other to make sure that what can we do to make a better platform. Communication is key. So 2026, communication. If you think Johnathan Taylor's an asshole, call him. Hey, dude, you're an asshole. This is why I think you're an asshole.
Got multiple phones. You know, hit me up, because hey, we could talk about it. I mean, we're adults. Like it ain't, you know, I know I'm an ass. So yeah, let's talk about it.
If you have a bad show, if you feel like a bad show, this is for all competitors. If you think that the show's not going right after the show, probably talk to the promoter, talk to the person of the event. Hey, I really like coming to this day because my aunt's cousin, grandmother's sister's best friend, you know, lives here, and I like to come over here, but I like to see a little bit of more of this communication back to the thing. But if you lost, take your L. Go to talk to your tuner and say, hey, I need a beat so-and-so. Can you get me there? Communication. Don't blame the person that won.
Yeah, no.
Don't blame the person that won. Man, it's too much shit in 2025. We're blaming people. Oh, this person won. These keep winning. Okay, did you talk to your tuner and tell her, hey, can you make my bike better?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? No,
Yep.
but it's just so much unnecessary talk. Go, oh, with this person. I went to this show. And the crazy thing about it, we get phone calls and it's like, oh, but it was such a bad show. Did you tell them?
Yeah.
Why are you calling me? I
Exactly.
wasn't there. Call them and tell them how they can perform the show. Because at the end of the day, when we were doing this, my first Slingshot show, it was in Bikes and Bass in 2015 when they had it in Miami. 2015, first show they had for Slingshots and stuff like that. Like, it was incredible. It was like, all right, well, like, I want to be part of this. But I ain't come here and bring negativity into the community. Because look at where we're at now.
Yep. Exactly. And that's what it's about, man. We, just bringing it, community back together and trying to make it fun. Because if it's not fun, what are we doing? So, but man,
You ain't like the show, don't go. Hey, this is why I can't go to your show because I ain't like XYZ. I ain't do this. Cool, no problem. Keep it moving. I'll love you if I need anything. Just keep it moving. Communication is key and everything. That's it.
That's right.
I appreciate it, Elvin. Thank you for being on.
Thanks a lot, Elvin. Absolutely.
Let everybody
Rickie,
know how they
you the man, dog. Don't let nobody tell you different.
See you, man. Have a good night.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right.
We'll finish up with Rickie.
You can just tell me good night and I won't be upset. No.
Yeah, no, right.
Tell everybody about you coming to Dallas, and then tell everybody about your shows you got, and how can they be a part of them? Because I know you do a lot for your baggers, but you also include the Slingshots in a lot of the shows that you do. So,
yeah. What was the question that those guys were answering?
What can I think Jonathan was asking just about what can for the upcoming year, what can we do better or improve on? Not just your show, but other shows that are out there that you can see that they can help them if they're just putting on a show or something.
What I would just say is, I think this year one thing we can improve on at shows, as well as when we get back on Facebook, just looking back at the different forums and whatnot, exercising a little more grace.
Yep.
There's not enough grace in something that's supposed to be fun. We don't know if promoter, competitor, or judge are doing their best. And if people are doing their best, and their best could be improved while you are giving your suggestions or your complaints, do it with a little grace.
Yep.
Especially if you have not ever done it before.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing. And if you can't do it and it's causing you to fall out with people that you once, had drinks with, if it's causing you to not be able to compete with somebody with somebody in the ring for 60 to 90 seconds and then go to the sideline and drink a Pepsi or a beer with them, then I would encourage you to do something else more fulfilling with your time. Than come blast music, especially at our ages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the one thing I would like to see people improve making. People are saying make the shows aren't fun. The forums on Facebook aren't fun.
Yeah. Yes.
From what I see at the shows are a ton of fun. I enjoy coming to the Slingshot shows. Seems like everybody's having a great time. I like the camaraderie that I see amongst the different groups with the matching shirts and the matching tents and all. From down to the pouches, down to folks creating characters like Lemon Drop and Beast and just the different people that I've met in the sling community. Listen, I look forward to seeing you, John, drive to a show and it rain on you the whole time. Like,
absolutely.
These are the things that you guys may not realize that people are paying attention to, myself included, that you create these reality shows and these characters that people are living vicariously through you guys. So I would just say bring more grace back into this. Depth was really killing it. And even with the promoters, as promoters, we're all supposed to say we have the best platform. No,
Yeah.
no, I say it all the time. You'll never hear me wake up in the morning and say Team Money Cycles SOS is the second best. Even if I gotta lie to myself, I'm going to tell you I'm the best. This
Yep.
platform is where you want to be.
Yep.
That's just marketing. So the bickering that you see going with the promoters, and we listen, it's been bickering in the motorcycle audio world as well. I think that we've all learned to kind of just operate in our own safe spaces and kind of stay out of each other's way. I
Mhm.
won't sit and paint the picture like, where everybody's singing Kumbaya, but we've all professionally learned how to operate within our spaces. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I hopefully that will happen in the slingshot community where promoters indirectly or directly feel like we all need to, or the rules should be this, or the rules. If you see that's not going to happen, every competitor is going to get in where they fit in. All the people with 10 speakers are going to play together. All the people with 14 speakers here, when you grouped these subcategories together, no matter what show you're at, people who are alike are going to end up, built alike are going to end up in a category together.
Mhm.
That's just the main thing I can see on improvement. Just getting the culture back to highlighting the fun that you just had that past weekend. Don't get on Mondays and Tuesdays on Facebook should be about the fun we had on Friday and Saturday and the fun we're going to have on the following Friday and Saturday and not a lot of the nonsense that we seen going in 2025.
That's
And with
right.
that being said, listen,
Good
for
answer.
me, my improvement would be to try to at least in the first quarter of this year implement more education within the community.
Mhm.
Um, Trying to educate the new folks, the old folks that have been in this, old not in age but in experiencing this, and also learning from the guys and girls who are in the ring actually doing it now. I think
Mhm.
that we all need to take a deep breath and just try to implement some education. And I don't say that as a ploy to sell the SOS class, which I would love for everybody to attend. But even through podcasts and different channels like you guys are offering, to come on and have a conversation, and hope that somebody can get some fruit out of it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
far as our dates, as you guys know, Friday, March the 6th. We'll be at the Daytona Beach Indian dealership, which is located at 290 North Beach Street in Daytona. We have the parking lot there from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. The reason for this event is to give those in slingshots and three wheels Vanderhals a safe haven for at least one day. I saw on various forums that the three wheels were not welcome down in Daytona or didn't feel welcome because they couldn't go on Main Street. So
Mhm.
we were able to get a second day at that dealership. So at least from 4 to 6, from 4 to 10 p.m., you guys can have a place to come play your music. As it get dark, if you want to do an LED light show, I do it there on Thursday with the bike. It's not your traditional show. We do grudging. We're a little different. We do a pot. It's $100 a pot per class. So listen, guys, if 10 people throw $100 in a pot, winner takes all. So you can make $1,000 from a 60-second run. We get about 20 people in each class, 20 times 100. That's $2,000. You can get your hotel money back if you got the right slingshot, guys. I don't know if y'all are quite there yet with, you know, wanting to put that much up in the pot. I'm just letting you know how the baggers do it. But Team Money Cycle just wanted to give those who decide to come to Daytona a cool place to hang out. I don't care if we only get 5 slingshots there or we get 50. I will be there
Mhm.
supporting D Nice in this endeavor, and just trying to do something for the sling community. February 6th and 7th, we'll be at Sound University. Learn and Listen course will be in Dallas, Texas. Well, it's going to be in Denton, which is right outside of Dallas, at
Mhm.
Custom Wings. It's $195 per person to attend the class. It starts at 10 a.m. We should be wrapping up about 2, but you'll be able to learn and listen from a competitor and judge's standpoint. We have some listening drills we're going to do. You'll get a chance to do role play as a competitor. You'll get a chance to do role play as a judge. Each class, my goal is to feature at least one of my judges to give their input as well, and we will all learn to listen together. We are working on a Houston location as well. To do it in March, I think it's March the 28th. We're working on. I've been talking to the gentleman from Sling Experience,
Mark
Matt.
Mallet. Mark Mallet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking to Mark. Mark is on it. Sending me the messages, trying to get everyone involved. As soon as we have 10 locked in, then we'll drop a flyer for that. So it's tentative now for Houston. They're working on Florida as well. So I want to just concentrate on our Dallas one first, and then we'll talk about Houston and Florida as well. And hey, listen, thank you guys for having me on your podcast. Outstanding job curating and all. Keep up the great work, man. I enjoy being here.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you. Oh.
For your education class in Dallas, do we have to wear white wife beaters like Jay Ford?
That's optional. I'm not sure how the weather is going to be. Matter of fact, that's for the Friday night meet and greet. Jay's having like a birthday party for his meet and greet on Friday at the shop. So are you guys coming up to the event?
I'll have to work on that Friday, but I'm going to send him some Fireball. We'll be good.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Hopefully when I come, are you guys in Houston, right? Where are you guys located?
No, we're
in Dallas.
We're in Dallas.
Yeah.
Are you in Dallas? Well, hopefully I'll see you guys Saturday. If you can make it up, man, stop up.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you being on, man.
Yes,
All right,
sir. Thank you.
I appreciate it, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I got evicted from my wife's office. I had to go into the spare bedroom.
Hey, I want to add
kicked
something.
me out.
I want to add something real quick. To
Well,
what
shit,
saying.
Ted, see, I lost your audio, man.
All right. I guess he popped out. He'll pop back in. But I wanted to kind of say something for make it better in 2026. A lot of competitors go in and expecting the platforms to give them a good experience. A lot of times as competitors, we need to go to those places and have things already set up for us to have a good time. We can't make it always about what the platforms are doing. We have to have the mindset of we're going in, we're meeting friends, we're doing what we want to do when we get there, and we can't blame it all on the promoters. I mean, they're going to have, we know they're going to have contests and things for us to do, but it's up to us. It's what we make it there. It's up to us to have a good time and not rely on somebody else to give us the best. So
yeah, absolutely, and that's I think somewhere along the lines we lost that when it turned to the only reason why we're going to the show is to compete. Like, well, no, that's not. We're going to the show to have fun and see the people that you haven't seen in a while, and you just catch up with the people that you would never have talked to previously ever until you have a slingshot, and all of a sudden you go to events and you get to see these people once or twice a year. Y'all don't chat, you don't text, like it's not a big deal, like you don't know them like that. But when you're at these events, like that's your best friend. It's kind of like the cousins that you have that you never talk to, and then every 5 years, it's like, oh man, how you been? Like, yeah, you pick it up like you never left it. So that's what you got to keep it. You got to keep it fun, or what are we doing it for? So Smitty said it the best. There's so much other dumb shit going on in the world that, you're worried about this. I mean, that means you're pretty spoiled if you're worried about this shit. So yeah, we definitely got to have fun. And man, we appreciate everybody tuning in to our, in the lab reboot. It's kind of exciting and fun. So like I said, we're going to do this try to do it once a month on the second week and on the second Thursday of the month, and we'll see what we can come up with next month to talk about. So hopefully we can talk about Ted having his slingshot done, but I won't bring up the T word.
Yeah, tweeters will get kicked off. So what we're going to do is kind of the format we're going to be doing is Lucas is going to come on the first part. He's going to show the calendar for that month for all of it, since we're doing a month at a time. We'll have a topic. We'll have some guests that are specific for that topic, so we can specifically address it. And then what we're going to kind of add on is having someone that we're spotlighting, whether it's a competitor, whether it's a shop, whether it's a sponsor, or just someone that we want to recognize. And then we'll have them on for a little bit, and then we'll do this once a month, whether it lasts an hour, it lasts 2 hours. We want to make sure that we're bringing content entertaining. So. That's kind of the format that we're going to do. We're not going to go into a lot of what the other shows do or did. That's we're kind of just doing our thing in the lab and how we were doing it, previous years. So we just want to make it fun and entertaining. If you have any questions, is what originally started this whole channel way back in, what was it, 2019?
Yep.
We wanted for competitors to be able to ask questions and other people help answer and share the knowledge and bring positivity to this thing, and just have it to where we're all one big family. So that's what we're going to continue to do.
Absolutely. So, man, we appreciate everybody, and I guess that's all we got, Ted. So, yeah, if there's if anybody has ideas or other questions that maybe we didn't touch on, I mean, they could reach out to us, and we can put you in contact with the people that might know that answer better. I mean, or if you got ideas for upcoming shows, let us know what you want to talk about. It's a community page, so let's make it that.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see y'all next month.
All right. See y'all.